Is Dungeons & Dragons abandoning Bastions?
This is so sad.
Welcome to Above the Table. Today we're talking about the SRD and the worrying lack of Bastions in it. Before we dive into today's story, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so we can keep making videos just like this one. Now, let's chat about some D&D. Earlier this week, Wizards of the Coast finally released the system reference document for the new 5.5 edition of Dungeons & Dragons. The SRD, as it's known, provides a framework for third-party publishers to use D&D rules in their own material. Anything that appears in the SRD can be copied and reformatted with proper attribution in any kind of publication, either for profit or for fun. The new SRD contains several new subsystems that first appeared in the player's handbook and other core rulebooks, such as the new weapon mastery system and the updated background and species character creation rules. Updated exploration rules also appear in the SRD, along with tons of monster content from the new monster manual. Now, not everything from the core rulebooks appears in the SRD. Anything that's part of the Dungeons & Dragons IP, such as Mind Flayers or Tiamat or Aasimar, have been left out of the SRD. Each character class does appear in the SRD, but each one only has a single subclass, with the rest available only to paying customers, so to speak. Most of the exclusions make a lot of sense. The SRD is supposed to be a reference document, and it isn't a replication of the core rulebooks. These rules are designed to give a basis for creators to make their own material, not to provide a full and robust copy of the core rulebooks for anyone to use. However, there's one notable exclusion from the SRD in terms of new content, and that's Bastions. Bastions are a new subsystem that allows players to create their own home bases and populate it with various kinds of facilities that grant mechanical benefits within the game. However, despite receiving an entire section in the Dungeon Master's Guide, they do not appear anywhere in the SRD. There's a few takeaways from this exclusion. First and foremost, Dungeons & Dragons is not abandoning its Bastion system. We already know that more Bastion options will be supported in future D&D books, including the upcoming Eberron sourcebook. So this isn't a case of Dungeons & Dragons deciding to move on from Bastions entirely. However, it does mean that D&D is not encouraging third-party creators to make their own Bastion-compatible rules. While creators could conceivably make their own Bastion-compatible systems, it's a lot clunkier to do without SRD support. It would be much easier for D&D creators to make their own home-based rules, rather than try to adopt Bastions due to the lack of support, and honestly, that's a big problem for D&D. To be blunt, it's wild that Wizards is functionally encouraging creators to make their own home-based systems. While Wizards may want to keep Bastions to themselves, they're only making it easier for competitors to pop up, rather than trying to create a robust Bastions ecosystem that can be used within any third-party rulebook. It's probably the strangest thing that we've seen come out of the SRD, and points to either a lack of confidence in Bastions or a sign that D&D feels that there's limited design ground in Bastions and doesn't want anyone else touching it. So what do you think about the new SRD? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.